Hey everyone, welcome to week 3, day 4 of 531 Boring but Big and Really Sore. Today is my squat day. I realize I never really show myself warming up. I know you don't need to see it for every lift, but just decided to include it in this video. So I usually do some jumps and throws, like basically all of 531 prescribes you do. And then I don't do much after that. So for squat, I just put on a plate and do a single squat. What I'm looking for at this time is to see if I have any weird pains, if my lower back is sore, if my hips are sore, if I'm having any knee issues, if my upper body feels fine. It's also really common for my hip to pop on 225 or above, and it pops pretty loudly, like you could hear it from an outside source when it does happen, and it feels really good. So I have no clue. I look for it on squat day. It happens on every squat day, and basically during the warm-up or during the first set. So same thing here, 225 for a single. Everything feels fine, so I don't need any additional warming up. Now, say if this was like deadlift, none of my deadlift sets start under 315. So for my warm-ups, I would do 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plates, and then get into my first set. Because this squat set is starting at 300 for the day, I'm not going to put on 315 and do a single. For bench, it's pretty similar. I would usually do 1 plate, 2 plates, and then get into my first set. Same with press. I would usually do the bar a few times and then do 135 and then do my first set. So like I said, this is 300 pounds. Last week this set was 280 for 5. This is 300 for 3. Just like last week, I have my Olympic lifters on, and I don't quite put my knee sleeves on yet, just to see how I feel. I know I mentioned I do high bar, low bar, and then the last 5 sets as front squat. I don't know if I touched on why that is. So high bar will hurt my lower back if I do it for all the sets. Low bar will hurt my elbows and wrists if I do it for all the sets. And front squats don't hurt anything. But I see the importance of being able to load heavier weights with the back squats compared to the front squats. And I find that if I do high bar, low bar, and then front squats for the supplemental work, that I have virtually no pains in my body and I get the best of both worlds. So this second set is 340 pounds. And I do this for another set of 3. Like I mentioned, it is also a high bar squat. As you can see, I put my knee sleeves up for this one. Even though the weights are feeling much better than last week. My depth may be a bit questionable, but for how I'm training, I'm not a power lifter. I know you get more out of a full range of motion, but this is kind of where I can squat comfortably without causing weird pains. So this is my full range of motion for the most part. When I do hit PRs, I tend to go a little bit lower for 1 rep maxes than my working sets. So here's a low bar. Last week I did 365 for 7, and this week I was able to do 385 for 8. So 20 pounds more, 1 more rep. I knew I wasn't training too heavy last week. It's just that I was not used to back squats, and Next week, I fully expect around the same rep range as I get better at squats again. And like I mentioned, front squats for my 5x10. This is 170 pounds. These are really fast. The front rack feels really good. I'm getting used to squatting again all around, so technique is just getting a little bit better. I still haven't quite figured out accessory work for this day. So I just stuck to a basic circuit. I did 10 ab wheels into some single leg kettlebell RDLs, and then did as much as curls as I thought was good. I didn't count how many reps I was getting. I would wait until I started to get to the point where I thought I would want to quit, and then I do like 10 to 15 to 20 more reps on the curls, especially since I was just using an empty 45-pound bar. Stability is a lot better on these. I will definitely add weight to these in the future to make them a little bit harder, but slowly progressing them. And I'm using them right now as a stability thing and to get a good stretch in my hamstring. I probably won't be able to squat at this gym for the foreseeable future. It just worked out my schedule that I could. So I'll be using the university gym for my squat day. I won't have all this free space, and I'll have to rethink how I do my accessory work anyway. I do think I want to do curls. I do think I want to do single leg work of some sort on this day. I just don't know how that'll look, if that'll be supplemented with my 5x10 as a superset, or if I'll find something else to do. But I do like the college gym's hanging leg raise and back extension machines. They're right next to each other, and I run them as a circuit and nobody's on them hardly. So I get a really good back and core work on squat days. The back extensions almost feel like a relief to a heavy week of back pump. My daughter is lifting with me on this day. She's doing deadlifts and overhead press, and she does the same circuit that I do. She just wanted that to be her own video, so it's not combined with mine today. So I dreamed up this random circuit. It was 95-pound thruster into a 135-pound deadlift jump into a pull-up. And then I would do it for 2 reps. And then I would turn around and do them for 3 reps, then 4 reps, then 5 reps, then start working my way back down from 4, 3, 2, and then finish with 1. I wouldn't add more weight to this at this time. The thrusters were fine. I could definitely do more on those. The deadlift jumps actually got really hard, and I was surprised at how much energy that took. And my calves were getting a really good workout, and I don't really do calf work, so it might be because they're weak, or it might be because you get a lot of calf work on a deadlift jump, or a combination of both. So I do think I will come back to this conditioning cycle. I don't think I will add weight to anything, but what I do think I will do is slowly add rounds. So I will work up to 6 reps next time and then back down. And every time you add a round coming back down, so it gets progressively harder, not just little additions at a time. I almost always do chin-ups during my conditioning cycles now, or any kind of circuit now, because I'm not good at them, and it's something I want to change. And it can only help me on overhead pressing and deadlifts and basically everything if I have a stronger upper back. So I'm going to keep adding them. I never did them before because they were hard, but also because they hurt my elbows. But as soon as I discovered that a neutral grip or a chin-up type grip didn't really bother my elbows, I started adding them back in because I wasn't getting any elbow pain. I always thought dips and chin-ups were hurting my elbows. I always did them together, but it was always just using the straight bar that was bothering them. So this was recorded at 2.5 times speed. I'm not really that fast. Like I said, the thrusters were almost a break. It was the deadlift jumps that I wasn't looking forward to each round. And then the chin-ups were always hard, especially at a fatigue state. As you can see, completely exhausted. I'm down to singles. I don't think I ever go back to a place where I can't do more than singles in the rest of the circuit. So I'm working back down now, just 3 of each. Just like all the other circuits, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's great that I get to do less reps, but I get less rest time as well. So I'm back to doing chin-ups, and it feels like I just got done doing chin-ups. And I get done with chin-ups, and I have to go do thrusters, and then I'm back to chin-ups again, it seems like. I do want to get to a place where I start adding weight to the chin-ups. I just don't want it to be an inconvenience to circuit training if I have to take that off in between rounds. So I will find a day and a place to add weighted chin-ups as a main lift by themselves, or if I do superset something, it won't conflict with the chin-up strength. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Be on the lookout for an event video soon. Like and subscribe.